Hello everyone and welcome to Video Now. My name is Kelly Sheridan and I'm here with our first featured artist, Jordyn Davis. Jordyn, thank you so much for coming and stopping by with us today.
Yeah, anytime. It's my pleasure.
So, tell us a little bit about how you got started. Like, why jazz music? You're a jazz musician. What made you want to get into that?
So I actually fell into jazz on accident. My first 3 years at MSU, I was studying environmental engineering and geology, and I was a music minor trying to fulfill composition. And trying to get into the College of Music is like really difficult if you don't audition before, like being admitted into MSU. Mm-hmm. So I, long story short, was a classically trained bassist, but our bass studio was like really competitive and I just like wasn't at that level to get in on that instrument. And Professor Whitaker was like talking to me about the College of Music and getting involved and was like, you're a jazz musician, you're a jazz bass player, you don't know it, but you totally are. And so I took some lessons and auditioned on jazz bass, and now I'm studying jazz, and it's having a tremendous impact on like the music that I write as a singer-songwriter. And the musicians that I get to play with when I do my live shows and stuff, so it's really cool. Yeah.
What is that like to have someone like come up to you and be like, you don't know this yet, but this is your future? Like, was that scary? Because like kind of not knowing what it could lead to?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly like wasn't trying to hear it, to be completely honest. He kept telling me, he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna be swinging and you're gonna be killing in, you know, jazz. And I was like, I don't know anything about jazz. I don't care about jazz. And now I'm like, I'm so glad that I listened to him because holy cow, like what a tremendous genre. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah. When you switched your major, you kind of knew like it was probably going to add like a couple more years maybe to like when you could graduate and like things like that. How difficult was that decision for you?
It took me about a year to actually do it. I think the most difficult part about it for me was like explaining it to my parents. Like they knew that I had this like passion for music, but needed some like proof that it was going to take me somewhere and that it was going to be like a valid career path, that I could make money, blah, blah, blah. And so I spent a year, I went to a bunch of music conferences and got to network with a bunch of professional composers. And they were like, why are you studying geology? Like you are a composer, you're a writer, you're a musician, like this is what you need to be doing. And, you know, I took some more classes and my professors were telling me the same thing, so I just took a leap of faith and was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it all the way. And like, I initially was gonna try and do geology and music, but there's absolutely no way that that was happening. There's no time. There's definitely not enough hours in the day to try to practice for 4 hours and understand chemical makeup of minerals, you know, it's just like not happening.
Yeah.
So I did it, and like actually for my dad, because my dad's like in the military and he's like, you need a plan, you need to like be able to map everything out for me. I made a PowerPoint presentation to present to my dad, like these are all the reasons why I should be able to do this, and this is the timeline, and this is what's gonna happen. And now he's like a huge supporter, like it worked. That's awesome, yeah. You know, he helped a lot with me getting my record out and is really supportive of my music, so it's cool.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the Composetheway project you started a couple years ago.
So Composetheway kind of didn't start out as Composetheway. It started out as me, took a songwriting class through the College of Music as a freshman and realized that like, hey, you're really good at writing music and really good at writing songs, and maybe you should do something with that. So I took the class and I had like 6 songs written, and I was like, oh, I should like do something with these. I need to share these with people. Like I have something to say. And like though 2 years after that, I mean, I was so wrapped up in geology and engineering, like there was no time to really focus on the music the way I wanted to. So then last year when I was finally like full-time music student, had all the resources, had the musicians, and had the knowledge to be able to like professionally take on this project, I just decided to get a group together and have them help me put the tunes together, and we recorded it. And now I have my debut EP, Connections.
Yep, so yeah, Connections came out earlier this year. And what was it like going through the process of like releasing it into the world and stuff? And like a lot of times for musicians and artists in general, it could kind of be scary to like put it out there. What was that like? What was that process like releasing it?
It was difficult, but not in the sense that it was like impossible to do. I just knew the vision that I had for the project and the way that I wanted it to be portrayed, and like I wanted there to be like a fair playing field for people to like understand like me and this music and where this comes from and the inspiration. So I took on all of the tasks of putting everything together. I produced the record, I put the musicians together, I did all the album artwork, I did all the promotion, like everything that came together to display Composetheway as it is now is like all through me. So imagine doing that on top of 15 credits, 12 rehearsals a week, just like nonstop. And I was an RA also, and it's just like, it was a lot. It was really challenging, but like I wouldn't have had it any other way. It worked out in the end very well. Like people really enjoy the EP, and I'm glad that I just finally did it.
Right, totally. So one of the songs that's going to be featured with Video Now on that EP is "What Are We Gonna Do?" Why was that song something that you wanted to create a visual for and kind of feature like as a part of this project?
So "What Are We Gonna Do" is like personally one of my favorite songs that's on the EP, and it's one of the more recent songs that was written for the record. And I think that the message behind it is just like, one, it's like incredibly relatable, and two, it's got a much different vibe than the other 3 songs on the EP. It's kind of like more ethereal, like very ambient, like relaxed. And I thought that to put that in a music video and to try to come up with a concept to like embody that vibe could be really cool.
What do you kind of like hope people will like see from it once they see the finished product like of the video?
Well, I mean, this would also be like the first Composetheway music video, so it's like, here's the visual aesthetic of what Composetheway represents, and then here's the story that I'm sharing with you. How can you relate to it? And yeah, I would say that's pretty much the goal.
Cool, awesome. So we also, to finish this out, we're gonna do a quick round of rapid fire questions. So basically, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, and then quick as you can, go for it. Cool. This first one is a very hard one, and I don't know why I chose this first, but favorite artist?
Ooh, Mute Math.
Nice. Favorite venue, either performed at or attended?
Ooh, I would probably say Radio City Music Hall.
Nice. Favorite place to eat in East Lansing?
No tie.
Favorite cafeteria in East Lansing?
I only eat at one, and it's Landon, so.
Guilty pleasure?
Selena Gomez.
Nice. Watch TV or read the book?
TV for sure.
Win the lottery or find your perfect job?
Perfect job, I think.
I agree with that one. Thanks so much for taking the time to sit with us. Stay tuned for more content with Jordyn Davis coming this month. Once again, I'm Kelly Sheridan with Video Now, and stay tuned.